Friends, in the previous episode, we saw how a man named Philip, the sole survivor of a deadly virus, was about to end his life when he found another survivor, a woman named Carol. Philip and Carol get married to repopulate the Earth, but their happy life is disrupted when they meet a beautiful girl named Melissa. Philip is instantly smitten and tries everything to impress her. One night, a drunk Melissa confesses her loneliness and desire for companionship. Philip, misunderstanding this as a sign, plans to divorce Carol, but he can't bring himself to do it. Meanwhile, another survivor in an Audi spots a sign indicating life in the town and heads that way. That night, the three of them party together. Carol reveals to Melissa that Philip once said he'd never sleep with her, even if she were the last woman on Earth. Later, when Carol leaves to get more drinks, Philip asks Melissa about her earlier confession. Melissa clarifies she was just drunk and asks him to keep it a secret. Philip agrees. Just then, Carol returns and announces that she and Philip are going to try for a baby to repopulate the Earth. Philip is embarrassed and upset. The next day, Philip pitches a wild idea to his imaginary ball friends. To speed up repopulation, he should get both women pregnant. He then goes to Melissa and asks if she agrees that the human race should continue. She says yes, of course. Misinterpreting her agreement, Philip rushes to Carol. He frames his desire as a dirty thought he had for the sake of humanity, that he would have to be with Melissa too. Carol sees right through him. She knows he's just desperate to be with Melissa and flatly refuses. Philip argues, pointing out the long-term problem. If only they have children, will their kids have to pair up with each other? This gives Carol pause. She asks for time to think. Philip pushes, asking her to choose between their children being together or with Melissa's children. When he mentions Melissa, Carol asks if he's already discussed this with her. Philip carelessly says Melissa would be ready for anyone. Hurt and angry, Carol realizes Philip's true intentions and throws him out of the house. Carol immediately goes to Melissa and tells her everything. A furious Melissa confronts Philip, who denies saying anything. Melissa tells him that Carol accused her of trying to steal him, and that Philip made her sound desperate. Confused and flustered, Philip can't remember his exact words, as Melissa calls him a jerk and storms off. That night, Philip spends hours apologizing to both women outside their door. Finally, they let him in. They've made a decision. For the good of humanity and to avoid future complications, Philip should also be with Melissa. Philip thinks it's a joke, but Carol is serious. She lays down the rules. He can only be with Melissa 3 times a week, he is not allowed to enjoy it, and the arrangement ends as soon as she's pregnant. Philip enthusiastically agrees to everything and runs home, cheering with joy. The next morning, Carol hands him a bag of dried fruits for stamina. That night, Philip sets up a romantic scene for Melissa under the stars, complete with a beautifully decorated bed and dark chocolates. He tells her the night is special and starts to sing. But just as things are getting started, he sets off a huge fireworks display. The fireworks attract the attention of the man in the Audi we saw earlier. Suddenly, a new guy named Todd arrives, completely ruining the moment. Philip and Melissa are shocked. Todd is overjoyed, having not seen another person in 2 years. He explains the fireworks brought him back to town. Annoyed, Philip sarcastically asks if he needs directions. Todd apologizes for interrupting, but Melissa says it's fine. They weren't doing anything important. Philip is furious, but Melissa points out that now they have another man for the job. Philip reports back to Carol, who is thrilled. Now Todd can be with Melissa, and Philip won't have to split his duties. The 4 of them get together, and Todd explains he found them because of Philip's sign. He mentions his favorite movie is Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan. Melissa exclaims it's her favorite too. Philip, desperate to connect with her, lies and says it's his favorite as well. Carol immediately calls him out, saying his favorite is The Godfather. Philip denies it and makes up details about the movie, even claiming Shah Rukh Khan was in it. When Melissa asks for his favorite scene, he's stumped. The conversation shifts, and Todd talks about being bullied for his weight his whole life. Everyone feels sympathy for him. Melissa comforts him, saying all those bullies are gone now. The next day, Carol schemes to get Todd and Melissa alone, faking an illness to keep Philip at home. Philip jealously spies on them as they spend the day together, their bond clearly growing. He tries to sabotage their connection by badmouthing Todd to Melissa, but she just calls him a terrible person. Defeated, Philip apologizes and confesses his deep loneliness, even showing her the sports balls he talks to. She asks him his real favorite movie. He admits it's The Godfather. When she asks why he lied, he confesses he just wanted someone like her and insults Carol in the process. He asks if he has a chance with her, and Melissa shuts him down with a firm no. From there, things only get worse for Philip. Todd and Melissa get closer, while Philip's jealousy and misery grow. He even tries to abandon Todd on a desert road trip, but is overcome with guilt and goes back for him. Todd continues to win everyone over, especially after he finds a live cow, providing them with fresh milk. He even lets Philip take the credit, saying it's the least he can do since Philip's sign led him to find friendship and happiness. In the end, Carol decides to move back in with Philip. He can't stand her overbearing habits and how she's changing his home. Frustrated, he storms out, burns the groceries she sent him to buy, and complains to the sky. Why did Todd get a wonderful woman like Melissa? Well, that was fast. The women are just as surprised to see him, thinking they've finally found someone to spend the night with. Who are these new arrivals? And will Philip's luck finally change, or is an even bigger disaster waiting for him? To find out what happens next, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching.